It was very frustrating. It was even kind of scary because even though that you really were out of your comfort zone, even though you knew this was not real.
Pretty amazed at how this thing is organized and how effective it is at giving a real guttural sort of body experience that really, I think, facilitates learning about poverty, particularly if you haven't experienced it.
All of a sudden, you get into it and you're trying to do the best for your family, and you keep hitting all these barriers, all these roadblocks, transportation being huge because we needed a transportation pass to go any place.
They saw how frustrating it gets to be in poverty and try to juggle things and make things work.
I was in the position of a disabled person who wasn't able to go out and work or participate in keeping the family together in any ways. So it was frustrating to sit by while you watched things happen to your family.
Awareness, real awareness, and also not only awareness of the population that we're serving, but also the frustrations and the runarounds that maybe people get.
There's a lot of red tape to go through with the agencies you had to go through, getting different answers from the same agencies.
Filling out paperwork, getting passed from person to person, going to an agency thinking that's where I would get certain things done for me and finding out I was at the wrong place. I turned to look at my family and all the chairs were down on the floor because my house had been foreclosed on while I was gone.
It's very easy to fall into the idea that people just aren't working hard enough or aren't taking advantage of things, but it made me realize some of the everyday possibilities that we have as people who aren't living in poverty, such as transportation, food in the cupboards all the time, family that you can call for help if you need it.
As far as, you know why people commit some of the crimes that they do. I mean, it was real easy for me to go walk the streets and try and, make some money selling meth or stealing some items and taking it to the pawn shop.
But it definitely gives me more understanding into the frustration, and I can see where people get so overwhelmed that they give up.
I work with, inmates every day, and I hear their stories, and maybe hopefully I can give them better resources of how to go about doing what they need to do to get the job done.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that hit me was I take advantage of transportation, or I take it for granted. And one thing that I can do in my job is to help people who are working obtain transportation, work on their car, get new cars, and that's something that I don't think about as often as I should.
In conversations with people, I can definitely be more of an advocate, and kind of, when people bring up negative things about poor people or low-income people, I can kind of stand up and say, even though I don't live that, I'm not in that situation, I kind of experienced it a little bit of a taste of it, and I can kind of bring that and tell them that.
Every CEO of every nonprofit, governmental agency needs to take a part of a simulation such as this until they understand the difficulties that their staff is having to help people, until the decision makers start understanding the plight of those at the bottom and not just receiving a report, then perhaps things can change. And that's where the simulation can make a true impact.